Why do the #1 archers in the world choose the proven brands of True Ball Release and Excel sights? Because they want to win.
I will prevail.
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 Welcome back to the Lancaster Archery Classic. I am Chuck Cooley, and I'm joined by my co-host here, Teresa Johnson at the True Ball XL Archery Hall at Spooky Nook Sports Complex. Hi, Teresa.
Hey, Chuck. How are you?
Man, this has been a fun day. We did a whole lot of shoot-ups this morning.
Fantastic.
We've done some shoot-offs.
Yeah, absolutely. We've just seen such a high caliber of shooting from these archers today. These young women that just took the stage, they shot on the level of the pro women.
They were
Amazing.
so good. They were so good to watch, those girls dropping bombs, 11s, 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 11s. It was really a great match. Came down to the last 2 arrows to see how that was going to sort out. I was really excited to watch that.
And now we've got the women's open division coming up, and it looks like we're going to have Katie Fladzinski and Brenda Bond.
Yep. This is, as a reminder, this is the Hoyt Archery live feed. And if you're watching live scoring at home, it's brought to you by Dead Center Archery Products. You can watch that at archers.com, which is spelled R-C-H-E-R-Z, archers.com. You can watch and follow along with all these scores and all the live scoring to see who's doing what. And if you want to follow lancasterarchery.com, you can find these feeds all stored there on their YouTube videos. Also through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We will be doing this broadcast through about 6:15 this evening. Coming up a little bit later on, we've got, after the Women's Open that we're doing here now, it'll be Bow Hunter. Then we'll do the Senior Open and the Masters Open. And then tomorrow morning, we'll do the Masters Open Pro, Women's Recurve, Men's Recurve, and the finish up with the Pro divisions and things like that. So here we are. Sorry to cut you off there, Teresa. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say here we are at the True Ball XL Archery Hall at the Lancaster Classic, and it looks like Brenda Bond led out with a 10 to start this match.
Right. And again, this is the Women's Open division. So
nice shot.
Nice shot from Katie. So Women's Open is basically adult women who are not shooting in a pro division, who are shooting compound equipment.
And from the looks of it, shooting really well.
With a really strong 11. And
people at home may be wondering, well, what's the difference between open and pro? Does it mean the archers are, not as good or not as strong? And the answer is that really you have archers, for a bunch of different reasons who register in the open division. They may look at the registration fee and say, I'm not sure I'm quite ready to pay it. They may say, it's just not for me. I'm not ready to compete with those pro ladies, but I know I can hold my own with them. Certainly, as is the case with Brenda Bond and the 211 she's got up on the board right now.
Yeah, she came out strong with a 32 here in her first end. Katie missed a little wide left on her last arrow and then hits a solid 10 there. So 11, 10, 9 for Katie coming out of the gate.
How you feeling up there?
Nervous.
You having a good time though?
Having lots of fun.
Very good. Congratulations on getting here. It's tough matches to even earn the right to be here. Congratulations. Nice shooting. Congratulations. Where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan? What part of Michigan?
Port Huron area.
Orianary, what club or shop do you shoot for?
Mid-thumb. Mid-thumb.
Mid-thumb, of course. Only a Michigander would know that, mid-thumb. That's adorable. All right, well, thank you and congratulations for being here. And where are you from?
We have some great looking feathers. I think that
Those are really
were
cool.
Brenda's arrows. It looked like
They were.
like peacock feathers. I mean, they were crazy looking.
Those are beautiful. I wish I shot feathers sometimes. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I absolutely want to go home and refletch my arrows. So, those are really gorgeous. You know, we were talking about the fletchings here on the arrows, and basically, so you can fletch an arrow with feathers or vanes or, you know, different forms of plastic, little plastic wings. And for compound archers indoors, you know, larger feathers or vanes are where it's at this time of year.
A little tall for a 9 out of Brenda for her first arrow of the second end.
And she did say when she was talking to Rob a minute ago that she's a little bit nervous. And certainly this finals venue is meant to put the pressure on the archers as they compete for those top prizes in each division. I mean, they're shooting for a big check, and that is gonna put the pressure on.
Katie also out of the gate with a 9.
Oh,
And
awesome.
another 9 from Brenda. Now, she opened up with 2 11s and a 10, so now you think the nerves definitely are kicking in. You can see in her peep there, she's got a little clarifier. We mentioned that earlier. There's a little lens inside that peep to help her see through her scope a little clearer. You could just see a little reflection off of that.
And so let's see if this stabilizer moves at all. And it looks like looks like she was very steady, you know, until she executed the shot, and then we saw the movement at the end as she executed.
It's a little quick, I thought, for her tempo. Her tempo was a little different the last end.
So we've got an orange and blue theme going on here with Katie, and we also see
Nice solid X out of her.
absolutely nice shooting.
She
from
definitely
her.
needed that with the 2
Are you
9s.
starting to relax a little bit?
No.
Well, I hope you're still having a good time. You seem to.
Still having fun, though. I'm still having fun.
Very good. Is this your first Classic, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
Will you come to another one?
Of course. Of course.
Glad you're having a good time. Thank you so much for coming. And you, is this your first Classic?
This is my second.
Was last year your first?
It was.
During Snowmageddon. Oh. Well, we're having better weather anyway, aren't we?
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Very good. Well, we'll get underway here. Looks like the match is closed. We got 60 to 59. Advantage still goes to Brenda. She'll have a choice of shooting first or second.
This is a 1-point match, folks, and just incredible competition here between these two ladies. And, you know, one of the things that's emerging with every archer that Rob speaks to is that when registration opens for this tournament next year, the folks at home listening are going to want to get registered early because this tournament is going to fill fast.
I think it's going to fill fast. We had record attendance here this year, 1,100 and some shooters. Wow, great arrow.
Great arrow and some real head movement on the follow through from Katie. You had to wonder for that split second if it was going to be a good shot, and she really drilled it. And Brenda out to the 8. That's a big miss with a compound bow. It's not a miss per se, but anytime you're out to the red in a compound bow, that's a shot that you question a little bit. Correct, Chuck?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially as strong as she started. You know, when she started with a pair of 11s and a 10. Now you've got Katie falling into a groove with her 11s. Good a little high for a 9.
And it looks like she's out to the right on both of those shots. So again, you got to question a little bit if it's something in her shot. Does she need a sight movement? What's going on to affect Brenda out to the right a little bit there?
I got to imagine it's something in her setup or her nerves.
And another 11 from Katie
Triples.
Fladzinski. She shoots a 33.
I got to believe it's something in her setup or her nerves.
At this point, Brenda needs an 11. This is cumulative match play. She cannot throw an arrow away.
Just out of the 11 grade, that would be a 10 on
That'll be a 10. We'll run out to Rob here and get a few words out of him.
That was an incredible end there, 33. How you feeling now?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good? All right, starting to relax a little?
Yeah.
Well, looking at your gear, I see you're shooting a Hoyt bow, a True Ball Excel sight, a AAE Pro Blade rest, and a Shrewd rods, Easton arrows. What release are you shooting?
A Carter.
Carter. It's a thumb button release?
It is.
Very nice. Very nice. And I see that you're shooting a Hoyt bow, a true ball sight, spot hog arrow rest, shrewd bars, Easton arrows, and what release are you shooting?
Stand.
A stand. Very nice. Okay.
One of the things that's really cool here is that Rob Kaufhold, who's the owner of Lancaster Archery Supply, has been, taking a moment to point out the equipment that each of these archers is using, and that's a really helpful thing for the folks at home to know and start to gain some familiarity with the different pieces of archery equipment. And of course, as you notice, this is a very highly individualized equipment choice for each archer. They typically will go to their local pro shop and find a pro shop in their area and get connected with somebody who can custom fit them to their gear.
Just a little low 10 there for Katie. There's the 11 from Brenda. She's fallen back into a good routine now.
And we notice that Katie even has her nails done to match her equipment color scheme, and good on her for doing her manicure, because her nails are on television now. I mean, she looks
Just
like
a
she had
tick
a
low for a
9.
9, I think,
Yeah,
there.
dropped it out of the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And Brenda was really solid there. Nice 11 to come back. She's going to need that.
She needs a couple more of those.
The reality is that if you're Brenda right now, you have got to take every single point you can get to try to come back, because Katie's shooting super strong. She's hit a lot of 11s. There's, looks like she caught that one. Brenda's got to pick up as many points as she can right
Even
here.
Brenda's a
See how we end up.
They're giving Brenda a 33 there,
Looks like unofficially we've got
but it'll give the
Katie
win to
taking
Katie.
it 122 to 119. Brenda, you take home, it looks like $250 for your efforts. And thank you so much for coming. Hope to see you again next year. What do you think?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you for coming from Culpeper, Virginia. Okay, go ahead and step down. Great shooting. Let's have a round of applause for Brenda and Katie, please.
So we might notice, we have to sort of point out a little bit culturally here that the bling on Katie's belt, and lots of archers are blinging out their equipment a little bit, blinging out their gear to accessorize. Let's see who's up next with us. It looks like we've got Melissa McBride on her way out, also sponsored by Dead Center Archery Products, who are sponsoring the scoring for this event.
They are. I wanted to give a quick comment to Brenda, the way she finished. She struggled there in the middle with a pair of 27s on that last match, but she finished with a strong 33, and I think that's going to be really important for her to, carry some confidence going into, coming out. Even though it's a loss, she finished incredibly strong, and that I think is really important for the archer to have something to build on as they exit. So congratulations to Brenda for that. Like I say, the 2 weekends in the middle, I think, hurt her. Ultimately it cost her the match, but she finished super strong, which was great.
Now what's interesting here is it looks like Katie has been bumped over to the right side, and it looks like Melissa elected to shoot first.
Being the higher seed, she does have that opportunity. She does have that grace to do that. Her first arrow lands a little low.
The question is, will the move affect Katie at all?
The shot, her timing's off a little now.
She's holding real long. She shook, but man,
Wow,
she
she
nailed
got
that
that in
11.
there.
Nice shot.
Way to stay with a shot. Also just low for a 9. She definitely needs to give that a couple of clicks.
One of the things worth pointing out here is the order in which the archers shoot the targets. So one thing that is different about this tournament compared to other tournaments that use the vertical 3-spot face or other 3-spot target faces is that the archer has to designate in which order they will shoot those spots. And if they fail to shoot them in the proper order, Chuck, that's recorded as a miss, correct?
That is.
So we noticed that Melissa chose to shoot those targets from bottom to top, which is how some archers choose to shoot them, but she has to be very consistent with that choice.
Absolutely. And archers will do that. You know, they'll get used to shooting that way at home, and oftentimes the lighting at home is nowhere near as good as it is here. You'll see when you take a look at the targets, and we'll get a shot of this in a minute. We'll get a shot of the shadows to explain it. Let's see what Rob's got to get from Melissa here.
Nervous?
Well, congratulations for getting here. It's a tough match, it's a tough field to make it this far.
It is. It's really hard to get this far.
Well, try to relax, get into your game. Looks like you're shooting a PSC bow, dead center rods. We've got a hog father from Spot Hog Sight and a Hoyt rest. What release are you shooting?
Zenith.
A Zenith? Zenith tension release, very nice, and Easton arrows. Very nice shooting to open up, Katie. No, actually, Katie will have the choice of shooting first or second. She chooses to shoot first.
So it looks like Katie's going to go first, and we can see here that this young lady has a lot of composure. She does seem to be a little bit on the younger side compared to the other competitors she's faced so far today, and so we'll see how well she does as she takes this next shot to open the next end of shooting.
Man, she looks so good there. Look at that form. Nice.
She's so steady,
Great,
Chuck.
stable.
She's super steady.
Great coaching. Good execution.
And
Look at
another
that. Look,
11 for
she's
her.
rewarded with that solid 11 right in the middle.
Let's just say that this is another competitor who definitely needs to have a crack at the women's pro division. And we get some
I
real
think we'll
movement
probably
there.
see her there in the next few years. I think we'll see her move up. She hung the 9. That's what we call a bleeding 9 because she's half in the red, half in the yellow.
You can
Nice
see
and
just
stable.
a little bit of movement in her bubble. Now you might be wondering, why is there a level in her sight? Well, the answer is, of course, that you've got to keep the sight and the bow leveled out as you aim and shoot. Now we're starting to see some movement there, and she
Saw
did
some-
push it out to the 9. It looks like she may have just missed that 10.
Almost saw some white caps in that bubble. It was starting to bobble back and forth.
So that's one of the things that you have to check, and you might be wondering at home, if you've never shot before, what does the archer have to think about? There is a lot for the archer to keep track of.
That's
You know,
10 more than likely.
they've got to keep track of their shot execution, the process that they have for executing their shot. They've got to think about things like their bubble, where is their sight pin. Look at Katie, she drills another 11. Nice shooting for her. So at this point, if you're Melissa, you've got to start hitting 11s, or Katie's going to run away with this match.
Absolutely. She needs to hit it. Needs to hit one right now. She hit the 10.
Official call of a 10, just catching the line in that area. Nice shooting, ladies. I want to remind everyone as you're watching that to prepare for events like this, whether it be World Archery events or here at the Classic, every archer is permitted to have a coach or an archer's advocate for them standing behind them, just to remind them to give the sight a couple of clicks or to give encouraging words, during the matches and whatnot. So when you're preparing for next year, you can decide if you want someone as an advocate for you and ask a coach, a parent, or someone you trust to be there for you. Okay, looks like we've got a 4-point spread. Katie 62, Melissa 58, halfway through. Katie's choice. First.
So one of the things that's really neat about there are these little quirks that archers have, and one of the things that we do is we put pins and things on our quivers. Of course, the quiver holds the arrows, and we love to put different pins and things, mementos of where we've been, shoots that we've attended, maybe our club, our hometown. And you can see here this quiver has Vegas shoots, some of the credentials, some of the 3D archery instructions on where to shoot certain animals, how they score.
Heavy amounts of flair.
Absolutely. We call it quiver bling, and everybody needs some, men and women.
Sometimes I look at those and I can't help but think of Office Space.
Yeah, there's just...
That was a really surprising bobble there. Did you see how low she hit?
Yeah, it was quite a bit of movement from Katie, and really surprising. Does Melissa take advantage?
Yep, she totally does.
So,
Melissa really needed that to get back in the match.
So the question is the door really open at this point? They're showing that as a 9, and it's an 11. Okay. So let's just see what's going on here.
Low 10.
Low 10. She's got to get back into the 11. The question is, can she adjust, and will Melissa take advantage?
She hits another 11 here. She can bring it to within a point. She does.
And she did it.
Center punched it. Great shot.
This match could turn. This is the beautiful thing about archery, is just when you think you know the outcome,
So
something changes.
Yeah, Katie's only got a 1-point lead now.
She has got to shoot 11s, and she knows it. The pressure is on this kid. She shoots
That's
a 10.
So right here, Melissa, she can tie the match with a good solid X right here.
Pressure is on both these ladies. The question is, who will handle it better? Movement and a 9.
That's a 9. She gives it right back.
Katie gets lucky on that one because she had a little bit of a tough end there. She still keeps the lead.
Going into the last end, we'll see what Rob's got to get from him.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. So you're from Pittsburgh. Steelers? Pirates? Sports? No, not a sports fan?
Sports fan at all. No.
All right. Archery fan. There we go. We love it. And I noticed you're wearing a Dead Center jersey. Are they a sponsor?
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. I noticed you have a blingy belt too. Did that come from Vegas or local?
Local.
There we go. Fashion matters, right?
Oh, yes.
Nice looking setup. She's blinged out with nails and everything. Okay, they're turning with arrows and scores. Official score looks like a 2-point spread. Match is closing. Katie 91, Melissa 89.
And we're going into the last 3 arrows here. As you heard from Rob, just a 3-point swing. Katie's choice.
Let's see what she does.
Now, if I was her, I'd be going first. I've got the lead. I want to get an arrow down there. I want to feel comfortable. I want to get it off. I don't want to wait.
And to be honest, Chuck, I want to put pressure on my opponent as much as possible. I mean, this is not meant to, be nasty in any way, but you want to put as much pressure as you can on your opponent while you focus on shooting your own game.
Yeah, I think you see that definitely more in some levels than the others. When you talk to the guys and the women who are on the International Pro Tour, wow, what a great shot. They're on the International and the Pro Tour. They claim they don't notice it as much. I've never done it, so I don't know if it's true. Nice answer. Melissa pounds another 11 in there. But I don't know how true that is at the adult levels, if they actually pay attention to that or if it gets to them.
And there totally were some archers today who seem to say, I don't really care one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And another 11. I'll tell you what, it looks like Katie could run away with this match, but Melissa has to be very consistent here.
She's going to run into a little bit of trouble in this next match. Wow. So conceivably, it still could go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Katie would have to have a pretty bad hit here. Great look at her concentration there.
You couldn't see her blink.
Yep. Wow, she's having struggle getting that one off.
Ooh, and that's an 8.
That was the 8.
That could be the arrow that decides.
So it's tied right now. Is that an 11?
Melissa has a 9.
Oh, no. If she had a 10, she would have tied. An 11 would have won it outright.
1 point. What a match.
That was fantastic.
Great shooting from both of
Wow.
these ladies.
Okay. We're going to wait just a minute to make sure the scores are official, but it looks like you've taken 3rd place, $450. Is this, how many years of the Classic is this for you?
Think 4.
Very nice, very nice. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thanks for coming back. Let's give Melissa a hand. Melissa from Pittsburgh. Go ahead and step off the stage.
And so now coming up, we will have Sophia. I don't know if it's Strachan?
I think so, but I'll tell you what, Chuck, she's a great archer. She's an up-and-comer. We saw her last year, I think it was Arizona Cup, very dominant last year at the U.S. archery team qualifying events that USA Archery runs. So she is going to be a very tough competitor for Katie. And she moves and bumps Katie to the left.
So Katie started there, though, so she should be comfortable in that position.
Hopefully the lighting doesn't feel like a change to her. And of course, you know, when these folks come up to shoot their first arrows on this stage, there is one disadvantage to that first seated archer, which is that they haven't seen the lighting yet. Whereas Katie has been over here shooting for, you know, a couple matches now, and she's used to it.
Right, exactly. They've had time to warm up and practice and everything like that. But it does look slightly different here than it does over there because of the way they've got the entire staging area lit, where the targets are lit up and the archers are lit up, but nothing on the floor is lit. They've done a really great job at trying to recreate it over in the practice area. It's almost exactly the same, but it is slightly different.
So Sophia opens up with a 9 and Katie answers with a 10. That puts Katie at a 1-point advantage, but it's super early in this match. Definitely anybody's game. Both of these shooters are top-notch. Sophia looks pretty steady, a little movement, but pretty steady, just outside of the 11 on that second arrow. She looks a little disappointed, but we'll see. She's got a real good game face, this young lady.
Katie with another really long hold.
She picks up the 10, but Chuck, we saw that before in the last match, and you know, it looks like when she gets into a long hold time, that could be a problem for her.
Looked like a beautiful shot. Landed just a little tall.
Let's see what Katie does to answer, and if she's going to come strong out of the gate to get ahead in this match early on. And it's a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10.
So she'll take it by 1 point early on in the match.
Sophia, welcome to the LAS Classic. I know you shot a few. How many have you shot here?
I think 4 or 5.
5, very good. Congratulations for making it this far, for making the stage here. How are you feeling up there?
Good. The venue's great. It's cool to be here.
Okay, awesome. Awesome to have you here. Notice you're shooting a Matthews bow, tuner arrow rest, a Sherlock sight, and dead center bars. What release are you shooting?
The
Fulcrum True Ball Excel. Very good. A True Ball Fulcrum. Okay, arrows are back. We've got a 30-29 match. Katie has choice. First.
So as Katie starts to shoot first, you know, one of the great things that we hear is when Rob is talking with the archers about their equipment, you can really see that this is a business owner. You know, Rob, he and his wife Carol, heads of Lancaster Archery, that he really knows the gear. This is not a boss who's sitting back in an office somewhere, you know, thumbing through paperwork all the time. He understands the equipment and loves it just as much as the rest of us.
Great shot by Katie. Comes out. Looks like it's probably going to catch the bottom of the 11. And again, you're watching the gold medal match here for the women's open division. That was Sophia Strachan.
And you know, her
yellow.
dot was so steady, Chuck. You'd think that she'd be right on because she does look very steady when she's holding. There's not a lot of movement, but she's been just out. She's been just missing despite making good shots. Katie out in the 10 as well, and I think neither archer right now, right this very minute, has shot the arrows that they're completely capable of, meaning I think we could see better from these ladies and hope that we do. There we go.
Beautiful. Man.
There it is.
Her coach should go back and capture those few seconds of film because that was absolutely beautiful.
Right.
And you saw the reward she got for it. The arrow was dead center in the middle of the X inside out.
Which is always the way you want to.
She's going to catch
That's
the 9,
going to hurt
I
her a
think.
little.
But you could see the look on her face. She knew she got away with one there.
And then there was the sight adjustment. So again, here's Sophia holding very steady for the most part, executes a real nice shot. Looks like she
Might catch the 11 there. We'll run out to Rob here and see what the official score is. But we could have a time match.
Jerry, we have a lot of respect for you as a coach. Your kids are tough. You do a great job with the program. You run it from your heart and a real passion for the sport. We love what you're doing down there. What do you have to say?
Well, thank you very much. But we really enjoy being up here. I mean, look at this venue and look at all the people out here and, enjoying this shoot. This is just fantastic. But thank you. We enjoy it. We really do.
Thank you so much for all you do for the sport. Let's give Jerry a hand for all the time that he and his club members volunteered. And that brings up another subject. I want to thank everyone out there, whether they're in the room or not, for all the time that you take with our youth, with JOAD kids, with NASP kids, S3DA, with all of the volunteer hours in all of the archery clubs across the country. I can tell you I've been a club president, a treasurer, a board member, a grunt, a field captain, and it takes all of that in the archery clubs across the country to keep this sport going, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, girls, ready to go?
And as we're getting started again here, this is the Lancaster Archery Classic. We're taking a look at the last two ends. This is the Hoyt Archery live feed of the gold medal match between in the women's open division between Katie Fladzinski and Sophia Strachan.
both of these younger competitors in the women's open division, so both of them on the younger side, and still the women's open is technically it's an adult division, correct, Chuck?
Yeah, I mean, anywhere else you would call it the adult division or the adult freestyle or adult unlimited kind of a division. And these girls both look like they're in high school. I mean, she's got a class ring on still.
Absolutely.
So these young ladies are either stepping up early or they're just breaking in at 17, 18 years old, and this is going to be an incredibly powerful division.
Look at
the
her
scores that rolled out of here this weekend for these ladies in this division is, honestly, I think it's really promising for the whole aspect of women's competitive archery. I'm really excited to see it. Really excited to see the skill level. Really excited to see the dedication.
Nice 11 from Katie Fladzinski. That was a great shot. Let's watch Sophia Strachan for a minute, and hopefully she'll do it again, but she has been executing beautiful shots, just really nice form this afternoon. Let's see what she does here.
She didn't like that. You saw it on her face right away when it broke.
There, that was the face for sure. Let's see what Katie can do if she'll take advantage.
She's got it. If she lands a 10, it's a 2-point lead.
Nice.
It is a 10.
And you know, I mean, so much pressure. There was a little shake there. Let's go out to Rob and see what the archers have to say.
Hello, Sophie. How are you doing down here?
I'm good.
You're good? I know you're good. You've been good for several years. How old are you, Sophie?
I'm 18.
18 years old. And when did you start shooting?
I think 2012, somewhere around there.
2012?
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, since you were 12 or 13, something like that? Yeah. Very nice. Well, great job today. And Katie, nice shooting.
Thank you.
Looks like you're in a groove.
I am.
All right. Nice smile from both of you. Let's give these ladies a hand. Got one more in.
And we're coming back to the last 3 arrows, the final end of the gold medal match here at the Lancaster Archery Classic 2017. This is the True Ball Axel Archery Hall at the Spooky Nook Sports Complex just outside of Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Looks like the judges were down there double checking the scores on these arrows, making sure of the numbers.
Yeah, they really want to make sure they get it right. You know, they really want to try to do the best they can, best for the archer. This is the Hoyt Archery live feed. Great look there at James Larry Wise.
Just a phenomenal coach, tournament official, an archer himself, somebody who's made such a positive impact on our sport for many, many years.
He's an author, written many books on archery.
And actually, So very recently, the coach materials for the level 3 coach certification were rewritten, and Larry Wise and Linda Beck collaborated on the compound portion of that. I collaborated with Coach Kiesigly and Guy Kruger on the recurve portion of it.
That's an 8.
We have an 8.
That's going to flip the match.
This is a big deal.
So if Sophia, who's your number 1 qualifier, she's generally a very, very solid competitor. A 10 would tie it, and 11 takes the
11.
lead.
This is a big deal.
It's a 3-point swing, and she now has the lead going into the last 2 arrows. And you can see she realizes it. See that big breath she took there?
Absolutely. She's got to take off the pressure. Now,
That's
it
a
looks
10.
like she just missed that 11, and she needed it.
Sophia, if she hits another 10 or an 11, if she hits an 11, it's over.
And she
That's
shoots
a 10.
10.
So it's still a 1-point lead going into the last arrow.
Katie knows it. This is a lot of pressure for these 2 young ladies, and they are handling it beautifully. You can see the concentration on her face, the blink. She's holding a long time. This is generally not great for her. She gets rid of it and shoots an 11 with all that shake. What a great shot to finish out.
She's done that several times today
She
when
really
I thought it was going
needed
to be
it.
out.
What a world-class competitor here.
So a 10 to tie and 11 to win. 11.
She gets the 11. She pulls
and
it
it goes
off.
to Sophie.
What
wow,
a win.
what a match.
Great shooting from both
Great
of these
job.
ladies.
Man, this is going to be a great interview from Rob.
Officially, Sophia takes it by 1 point on that last end. Wow, what a last end, Sophia.
Thank you. I'm terrified.
She said, "Thank you, I'm terrified." That's awesome. What do you think?
That was great. That was fun.
Yeah. Katie, you put on a heck of a run. Some of those arrows were really, really intense. I think everybody was holding their breath. I was getting tired just watching you hold that long. But they went right in the dot. How do you do that?
I'm not sure.
Wow. You know, you're killing all of us. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, let's see what we have officially. Yep, we have 122 to 121. Sophia, congratulations. You're the 2017 LAS Classic Champion. And congratulations for second prize. Got $700 for your work this weekend and $1,250 for you. Congratulations. Let's give them a hand.
We're going to step aside here for just a couple of minutes as we reset the stage. Coming up next, we will have the bow hunter shoot off. This is the 2017 Lancaster Archery Classic. Live feed brought to you by Hoyt Archery at the True Ball Axel Archery Hall in Spooky Nook Sports Complex, just outside of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Teresa Johnson and I will be right back.
Why do the #1 archers in the world choose the proven brands of True Ball Release and Excel sights? Because they want to win.
I will prevail.
I will prevail.
I will prevail.
I will prevail.
I will prevail.